You're listening to a New York Yankees episode of the Jacob Valk Show. He's breaking down the team's latest goings-on as only he can. Follow him on Twitter at RealJacobValk. Here he is, Jacob Valk.
Hello, Yankees fans! Welcome to another New York Yankees episode of the Jacob Valk Show. I am the Jacob Valk, and you're not. As we all know, the Yankees saw their 13-game winning streak snapped on Saturday. They're currently sitting on a 2-game losing streak. But you've got to feel good about their chances against the Angels. The Angels aren't world beaters by any stretch. Corey Kluber is going to be making his first start since May 25th. You forget this, but Kluber was outstanding before he got hurt. He was 4-3 with a 3.04 ERA. He pitched the first no-hitter in Yankees history since 1999. Do I have any idea how Kluber's going to do, given his over 3-month layoff from pitching in the majors? No, but I feel kind of confident. I mean, you had to know that the winning streak wasn't going to go on forever. It stinks. You obviously want him to win every game, but it's not going to happen. This is the best I've felt about the Yankees in a long time. They seem to be getting healthier at the right time. Obviously with Kluber, but Herman seems to be progressing. Gleyber Torres began a rehab assignment yesterday. I mean, look, the Yankees are firmly in the playoff picture. They will make the playoffs. You can bet the rent on that. Don't bet the rent on them winning the division. I don't think that's going to happen, but they will make the playoffs. I do think we're going to get a Yankees-Red Sox wildcard game in the Bronx. Garrett Cole versus Chris Sale in a 1-game playoff. It doesn't get much better than that. And I said this last week, I'll say it again. If you don't think that the Yankees are going to alter their rotation so that Cole is lined up to pitch in that game, you're an idiot. The Red Sox will probably do the same for Sale. I mean, who else do you want starting that game if you're Alex Cora? Nady Eovaldi? No, that doesn't work for me. Tanner Houck? Absolutely not. Nick Pivetta? No way. It has to be Sale. Boone and Cora are gonna perform some gymnastics to get those guys lined up for the wildcard game. And I understand that anything can happen in a 1-game playoff. And I also understand that we have a month of baseball left to play, but I feel good about this team. I just feel confident in them. I'll say it again, I feel better about this team now than I have all season. You want to tell me the 2 losses to the Athletics left a bad taste in your mouth? Okay. I'm with you there. Don't let the score fool you. They did not play well on Saturday. Nestor Cortez was not impressive. Got into a lot of trouble. Balked in a run. He just wasn't the Cortez that we've been used to seeing. And when you make Frankie Montas look like the second coming of Vida Blue, that's an indictment of your offense. And yesterday, I mean, come on. Bob Melvin calls on his bullpen to get 12 outs, and you can't get a single hit? I know that the Athletics have a really good bullpen. Okay? I'm not knocking Yusmeiro Petit. I'm not knocking Jake Diekman. I'm not knocking Diola Squara. And I'm not knocking Andrew Chafin. But this Yankees lineup should be expected to get at least one hit when you go to the bullpen for 4 innings. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Saturday's loss didn't bother me. You knew that the Yankees were going to lose at some point. You knew that they were going to lay an egg at some point, so let it be Saturday. Okay, fine. Yesterday, though, that was bad. That was a bad loss. You've got Gio Urshela committing a big error. You've got Mark Canha beating out the relay throw on what should have been the inning-ending double play. Canha's fast, but he's not Ricky Henderson. That was a bad job by the Yankees' defense. You've got the offense being held in check for basically the whole game. I mean, think about how the Yankees scored their 1 run. Gary Sanchez drew a walk. Jake Diekman threw a wild pitch. Yan Gomes muffed what should have been an inning-ending pop-up in foul ground. Then Matt Chapman botches a ball that he usually has in his sleep. Then after that, Aaron Boone completely mismanages the game. You can't go to Loaisiga in the 7th. Oh, but Jacob, you love Loaisiga. He's the Yankees' best reliever. What are you talking about? I'm not knocking Loaisiga. But Jordan Montgomery should have been out there to pitch the 7th. He had thrown 83 pitches. He got through the 6th inning 1-2-3. I mean, if Montgomery stays in, maybe Tony Kemp isn't in position to hit that big pinch hit home run. Freaking Tony Kemp, a former Astro, kills the Yankees. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You've got to let Montgomery pitch the 7th. Who were you scared of? Chad Pinder? Elvis Andrus? Those guys aren't world beaters. You don't want to let him pitch to Josh Harrison? Someone who had gotten 2 hits off of Montgomery? I can live with that. That's when you bring in Loaisiga. And you have Loaisiga for the 8th. Instead, Loaisiga struggled in the 7th. He needed 22 pitches to get through that inning. You couldn't count on him for a 2nd inning. So you've got to go to Chad Green. Green is on clutch. He gives up the big home run to Kemp. It never should have happened. Let Montgomery start the 7th. Again, I'm okay with it if you want to pull him for Harrison. Harrison's tough. But you've got to let him pitch to Pinder, and you've got to let him pitch to Andrews. Again, maybe Tony Kemp isn't in position to hit that pinch hit home run. Because realize, if Montgomery had stayed in to pitch the 7th, Kemp would not have pinch hit for Pinder in the 7th. Bob Melvin isn't going to put in a lefty to face a lefty. So let's run through this. Chad Pinder makes out. Elvis Andrus makes out. Montgomery doesn't get a chance to face Josh Harrison. He gets pulled for Loaisiga. Harrison makes out. Then you've got Loaisiga pitching the eighth against Starling Marte, Matt Olson, and Yan Gomes. That's no picnic, but I can count on Loaisiga for that. I feel good with Loaisiga in that spot. Instead of pulling Montgomery early, seeing Loaisiga struggle, and then being forced to go to an unclutched Chad Green, who on back-to-back pitches gives up a double to Mark Canha and a home run to Tony Kemp. Right after that home run, you knew the Yankees weren't coming back. Andrew Chafin mowed the Yankees down like they were little leaguers. That loss bugged me. Boone did mismanage that game. But I'm not as upset about it now as I would have been if they weren't coming off a 13-game winning streak. Okay, they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. That's nothing. That's barely a blip on the radar. There's no question that the Yankees haven't played well these last couple games. But the Athletics are a feisty team. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Without Chris Bassett there, I don't see how they make the playoffs. But they're a good team. No question about that. You can live with a split against them. I'm honestly fine with it. And you know what? I have full confidence in the Yankees' ability to beat up on the Angels a little bit. And then the Yankees have 3 games against the Baltimore Orioles. A team that they can sweep easily. The Yankees are fine. Yes, this weekend's losses were tough, no question. And you, as a fan, have a right to be upset about that. But if you're looking at it with your brain as opposed to your heart, you've got to realize that the Yankees are 2 games up on the Red Sox for the top wildcard spot. On the whole, they've played fantastic baseball recently. And they're going to get 3 key pieces back soon. They're getting Corey Kluber back tonight. They're going to get Domingo Germán back in the not-too-distant future. And they're going to get Gleyber Torres back in the not-too-distant future. The Yankees are fine. I have full confidence in their abilities going forward. You'll get another Yankees show next week. Regular episodes of the Jacob Valk Show come your way every weekday afternoon. Until next time, I'm Jacob Valk, and always remember, if you disagree with me, you're wrong.